Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on Young Living Essential Oils. My name is Ashley Newell, and here you see a picture of me and my husband and our 3 children. We started using Young Living Essential Oils in July of last year. So if you're listening in and you're not even sure what an essential oil is, that is okay. When my friend Leanne approached us about using essential oils, I assured her that we used essential oils daily. I told her that we took fish oil. So clearly, I did not even know what an essential oil was a year ago. So we started using the oils. We had just gotten back from a family trip to China, and all the kids were sick with something different. So I borrowed a few oils from my friend Leanne, and they worked wonderfully. Emily, our youngest, had struggled on and off with a recurring cough, and so Leanne gave me peppermint and eucalyptus to try. So I applied the eucalyptus to her chest and then the peppermint to her back during the day 3 times, and then that night she didn't cough. So that was what hooked me originally on the oils. I am required by law to say that these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. The products and techniques mentioned here tonight are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So I am not a doctor or a nurse. I'm just a mom with a passion for all things natural, and I love helping people learn how to incorporate essential oils into their everyday life. So what exactly is an essential oil? An essential oil is the lifeblood of the plant. So it's the volatile liquids and aromatic compounds that are steam distilled or cold pressed from the plants. So the chemistry of an essential oil is very complex and may consist of hundreds of unique chemical compounds. They are highly concentrated liquid that's extracted from most parts of the plants or from the rind of a fruit, such as a lemon or a lime or an orange. So it takes a lot of plant material to make a very small amount of oil, and so that's why some oils are more expensive than others. However, a little bit goes a long way. One 15 milliliter bottle of oil contains about 280 drops, and a 5 milliliter bottle contains about 80 drops. So the chemistry of an essential oil is very complex. They are far more potent than dried herbs because of the distillation process. So for example, it takes 5,000 pounds of rose petals to make 1 kilo of a rose oil. So like the blood in the human body, an essential oil from the plant is used to seal the cut and protect the wound and provide nutrients for cell regeneration and guard against harmful microorganisms. So you might be wondering, why choose Young Living? Why can't you just walk into your local health food store and pick up a bottle of peppermint? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, Young Living owns all of their own farms. They have farms in Utah, Idaho, France, Oman, and Ecuador. They have what's known as the seed to seal guarantee, which I will explain further in just a second. The Young Living oils are first distillation only. Each batch of oil is rigorously tested in-house and through third-party testing. They have over 20 years of experience in research, and actually this week they are celebrating their 20-year anniversary with their national convention. And they have the largest selection of singles and blends for any oil company, and they provide support, education, and community. So how is a therapeutic grade essential oil made? So first off, it starts with an organic seed, and then secondly, that seed is planted in clean soil without chemicals. So Young Living prepares their fields for 5 years with alfalfa before planting any of their seeds. And then they harvest the plant at the peak of that oil's producing cycle. So that might be the summer, the winter, it might be the middle of the day, it might be at night or in the morning. And they have scientists on staff who've researched that. They also distill the oil at low temperature and low pressure using steam distillation. So that maintains the healthy plant compounds in every batch of oil. And this cannot be done quickly with high temperatures without killing the therapeutic qualities of the oils. And then the 5th step is that they place the oil in dark amber bottles to protect the oil from light and heat. And so that is what the seed to seal guarantee is. And Young Living does all of their weeding by hand, and they only accept 28% of the oils that they distill. And then the rejected oils are then in turn used as a natural herbicide, so they use no chemicals on their fields. Okay, this slide shows about the different quality of the essential oils. So the oil purity cannot be overstated. The majority of oils in the industry today are used to add scents to candles and soaps and lotions. Many other companies will add colorless, odorless extenders to their oils to make more of a profit. Other oils maintain the aroma, but not the therapeutic benefits of an unadulterated essential oil. So it's good to note that there is not a regulatory agency for essential oils in America. Thus, there's a great deal of fraud in the industry. So if you look at this chart, the bottom where it says low quality floral waters and perfume grade, that industry is interested in the ingredients that give things a nice smell. So that would be your lotions and your shampoos and your soaps or your candles. The next one where it says food grade, so that would be the flavor industry, which is interested in ingredients that give things their flavor. So an example of that would be spearmint flavor being added to gum. And then the natural, on that same level of food grade, would be other companies that are found at your local health food store. They can still have chemicals that are colorless or odorless, and they can still say that they're 100% pure and natural because, like I said before, there is no regulatory agency in the United States, and so people can put that on there, and it's not true. So at the very top, the grade A, the therapeutic grade, these are the only oils that are safe for internal use. They're the only pure and unadulterated oils, and that's where Young Living falls. And the therapeutic grade composes less than 2% of all essential oils that fall into that category. So this slide here just shows you a picture of the farms and then a picture of the distillation process. And this slide, I have a friend that actually got to go to the Young Living farms, and she took these pictures. The picture of the seedlings taken in the greenhouse, and then she said that they have the sign about quality being non-negotiable. Then she also took this picture in the greenhouse. And so you may be wondering why essential oils make a good choice for a natural remedy. There's several reasons for that. Basically, they have virtually an indefinite shelf life when they're stored properly. They have unmatched versatility. They're very safe to use, and they're very potent. So before we go any further, here are just a few essential oil safety tips. It's always good just to keep them out of reach of children, sort of like you would do with medicine. And then if you're applying them topically, always test a small area for sensitivity first. If you had an emergency, obviously you would consult a doctor. If an oil gets into your eye, you would not add water. You would actually add a carrier oil, which we will discuss in just a few minutes. And you do not need to use essential oils directly in your eyes or in your ears. You can put a drop of essential oil on a cotton ball and put that in your ear, and you can get as close to your eye as your eye bone, but not any closer. And then always read the back of the bottle for correct usages. The back of the bottle will tell you how to dilute and if the oil can be ingested. Okay, so why should you use essential oils? Well, they were the first medicine as God intended it to be. There are no side effects, they're safe and effective, and they're multitaskers. So essential oils circulate through tissues and pass through cell walls, carrying nutrition to the cells and carrying waste products out. So just like the blood in the body, the essential oil from the plant is used to seal the cut and protect the wound. All right, so now we're going to discuss how to use the essential oils. So there are three main ways that you can use the essential oils, and the first way is topically. So I would like to note that you will find the best results when you use the essential oils early and often. So for example, If you find that you are getting a cough, then you would need to use the oils as soon as you feel like you're getting sick, and use them often for best results. A great place to apply essential oils is to the bottom of your feet. It's a very safe place. You also have a high concentration of pores, which improves your absorption. You will often hear a term neat, and if someone says you can apply lavender neat, it means that you can apply the essential oil without a carrier oil, so straight from the bottle. And so anytime someone says that you need to dilute an oil, it is not with water. Water will not do anything to it, but it means with a carrier oil. So a carrier oil, the next slide talks about what a carrier oil is. There are different kinds that can help you get the most use out of your oil. And it's good to note that you are not diluting the effectiveness, but you are only slowing down the absorption rate. So when I first started using essential oils, I thought, I am not going to dilute these oils. I want to use them and get all of their wonderful benefits just like they are. But obviously I had not done a lot of research, and I was naive on using the oils. But I've come to learn that the carrier oil does not, like I said, dilute its effectiveness. It only slows down the absorption rate. So like I said, check the back of the bottle for dilution requirements. So some good examples of carrier oil would be an olive oil, a coconut oil, or a grapeseed oil. Young Living actually makes what they call a V6 vegetable oil, which is just a blend of different oils that you can actually purchase from Young Living. If you are purchasing from the grocery store, I would recommend getting something that says cold pressed or extra virgin olive oil. Since you are mixing with such a quality product in the Young Living oil, you want to make sure that your carrier oil is also of good quality. So the next slide talks about what is on your label. So you've got that it's a therapeutic essential oil. It tells you whether or not the oil is a single or a blend. So a single is a single oil, and a blend is a combination of oils. There are two different sizes of your bottles, so you could have a 5 milliliter bottle, and those are the size bottles that come in the premium starter kit, which we will discuss in just a few minutes. And then the larger bottle there in the center of the slide is the 15 milliliter bottle. And then it talks about how to store them, and then if you should ever have a problem with your oil and you need to call Young Living, then it gives you a batch number. Okay, the next slide it talks about VitaFlex. So you may have heard of reflexology, and VitaFlex simply means vitality through reflexes. So the premise is that slight pressure applied to the body creates an electrical charge that is therapeutic to the body. So therefore, when you add an essential oil, it enhances this process and drives the oils into the corresponding reflex points. So if you look at this chart, it kind of looks like a person where you've got the eyes and the ears at the top, and then the spine runs down the side of the foot, and then you've got your other internal organs. So for example, if you were having sinus pressure, you could apply an essential oil to the VitaFlex point for your sinuses. Okay, and then you also have VitaFlex points on your hands, and this is this chart, and also on your ears. I did not include the VitaFlex chart for ears. Okay, I want to show you, this is an example of how you could use the essential oils to treat something topically. So this is a friend of mine, and this is her nephew, and he had eczema, and then he applied lavender, Melrose oil, which is a blend, and then put rose ointment over it, and you can see the difference with 7 days and then 2 months later. So that's just one example of how you could use the essential oils topically. And then this is a picture of our daughter, and shortly after we had the essential oils, she came to me and she said, I need this one for my bug bites and I need this one for my eczema. And you can see she had lavender and purification, so we used lavender on her eczema and purification on her bug bites, and she was exactly right. So most people feel really comfortable using the oils topically. There are lots of great places on your body to apply them, so it just depends on what your ailment is as to where you would apply them topically. Again, the feet are a great place. If you had a headache, you could apply the oils directly to your head. If you had a cough, you could apply the oils directly to your chest. A lot of people like to put oils on their wrist, especially the oils that are good for stress. So, the next way to use essential oils is aromatically. And in this picture you see a diffuser, and then you see some bottles of oil. And the diffuser comes in the premium starter kit, and if you were to purchase the diffuser by itself, it would be $96. And so Young Living has coupled different products together in the premium starter kit and offered it at a discounted rate. And so I currently have my diffuser running right now with lemon and peppermint, because that elevates concentration, and I'm trying to concentrate very hard on what I'm saying for this presentation. So we use our diffuser daily. We homeschool, and so we need all the help we can get with concentration. And so I diffuse lemon and peppermint daily. I also diffuse different oils that are good for calming, such as the blend called Peace and Calming, the single of lavender for sleep. We use it, I actually love my diffuser so much that I got a second diffuser because my kids were each wanting one in their room, and we were wanting to have one in the classroom and then also downstairs. So now we have two diffusers. But there is a powerful influence of aromas. So think about if you smell an apple pie or you smell a certain perfume, it might make you think about your grandmother, memories with your grandmother, or a perfume might make you think about a certain person. So the aromatic molecules of an essential oil are so tiny that they are able to penetrate our cells and work at a cellular level. So that's the difference between an essential oil and a non-essential oil. If I were to open a bottle of peppermint oil and leave it on the counter, someone would probably say, "Hey, what's that smell? It smells like peppermint." And that's because the molecules are so small that they are able to travel across the room and up inside your brain. And here's a picture of the essential oils going into your brain. So a non-essential oil, like olive oil, if you open that on the counter, no one is probably going to smell it across the room, and that's due to the size of the molecules. So the unique molecular structure of an essential oil can directly stimulate the limbic system of the brain. So this photo is from a book that I have called the Essential Oils Desk Reference. And I took this picture from there because I wanted you to see how the aromatic molecules influence our brain. So the limbic system is directly connected to the parts of the brain that control things such as heart rate, blood pressure, memory, stress, hormones. And so the essential oils can have a profound physiological effect on us because of the way God designed our brains.
Keep that one. I could probably stay here all day and smell these oils, or all night.
So you can see from that slide that our daughter Emily loves using the essential oils aromatically. This slide talks about how to use the essential oils, different combinations of oils that you can put in the diffuser depending on what you are trying to do. So if you're trying to boost your immune system, all of these oils are in the premium starter kit, which we will discuss in just a second. So if you are trying to boost your immune system, you could use Thieves and Purification. If you are having allergies, you could use the trio of lemon, lavender, and peppermint. If you're trying to get to sleep, you could use Peace and Calming and lavender. If you are dealing with anxiety or depression, you can use Valor and frankincense. If you are trying to wake up in the morning, you can use peppermint and lemon. And then if you're just trying to unwind, you can use Stress Away, and peppermint. Or you can create your own combinations. Those are just some examples of ways that you can use the diffuser. The third way to use essential oils is internally. So you could drop a drop of essential oil into your water. I would like to say that essential oils have to be used in a glass cup, so no Tervis tumblers, no plastic water bottles. The essential oils will actually eat through the plastic, and you don't want to be drinking plastic. So if you are using a glass or a cup, make sure that it's a glass and a glass water bottle if you would like to do that. So I use lemon oil or lime, one of the citrus oils, in my water every day, and my kids were seeing me drink the water out of my water bottle, and so they asked for their own water bottles. So now all my kids have their own water bottles so that they can drop their favorite essential oils into the water bottle. So that's one way. And then the second way would be to put it into a capsule. Actually, let me back up and say about putting the essential oils in your water. There are probably only certain oils that you would want to put in your water. Most of the citrus oils, everyone loves putting those in their water. Peppermint, I can handle about 1 drop in a big water bottle. Different people can handle different amounts, so I just kind of wanted to say that. And then certain oils are considered to be more hot than other oils and could burn just a little bit. Excuse me. So just be careful on what oils you choose, but any citrus oils are safe to add to your water. Okay, and then another way would be to fill a capsule. So you see in the picture on the slide an empty veggie capsule, and so if an oil is ingestible, on the back of the bottle it will say dietary supplement. So I always encourage people, especially when they're first getting started, to look at the label on the back of the bottle and just to be safe and make sure that they follow the guidelines on the back of the bottle. So the third way to use the oils internally would be to drop directly on the tongue and swallow. It's to be noted to use extreme caution when using this method. As I mentioned earlier, many essential oils are very strong and should be tested by using 1 single drop to determine if you can handle how strong the essential oil is.
I could drink it in water, Mom. This is so great.
So as you can tell, Emily also loves using the oils internally. That was grapefruit that she was smelling, and that's her favorite essential oil to put in water. Okay, so the next slide is the allergy trio: lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So there are a couple different ways you could use these. You could apply them topically. So you could put 3 drops of each behind your ears and back of your neck, or you could put 5 drops each in an empty veggie capsule that you can buy from Young Living or at your local health food store, or you could put 1 drop each into a spoonful of honey or into milk or into water. So the allergy trio, this is just an example of that you can use this allergy trio in all 3 different ways. The 3 ways that we discussed as far as topically ingesting, and then you could also, it doesn't say it on here, but you could also use them aromatically, and that's really helped one of our daughters with her allergies. Another example would be lemon and peppermint together in a capsule, and that can help with weight loss. The peppermint helps curb your appetite, and then the lemon is just a natural detoxifier. So now we are going to talk about the Young Living Everyday 10. So those are the essential oils that come in the starter kit, and that's a picture of the oils there. And then this is what's called the Medicine Cabinet Makeover, and I'll give you a few minutes just to kind of look over that before we go into depth on the blends and the singles that are in the kit. So the singles that are in the kit are lavender, lemon, peppermint, and frankincense, and then the blends are Peace and Calming, Thieves, Panaway, Purification, Valor, and they've added one recently called Joy, and then there's a freebie, and that is Stress Away. So when we first started using the essential oils, I held on to some of the things in my medicine cabinet, but just recently I went back through and threw away a whole bunch of stuff that I don't think that I will ever need, such as cough medicine, Neosporin, hydrocortisone cream, Caladryl, and the list goes on. So This is just a quick reference guide of what you can do with these essential oils. So now we will dive deeper into what you can do with each essential oil. Okay, so the first one is lavender. And lavender is known as the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. So if you don't have anything else and you have lavender, use lavender. And it can be used aromatically, topically, or as a dietary supplement. It's antiseptic, antifungal, it's an analgesic, antitumoral, it's relaxing, it's an anti-inflammatory. It can also reduce your cholesterol. So as we discussed before, when combined with peppermint and lemon, it fights allergies. So you can read here, but these are just some of the many things that you can do with this oil. So you can drop it on your pillow for sleep. Personally, we have used it for allergies. We have used it for burns. My husband picked up a 500-degree pan that he didn't know that I had just pulled out of the oven and obviously burned his hand. We used lavender every 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 4 or 5 times, and the next day you couldn't even tell that he had burned his hand. We've also used it for pink eye, and my daughter had pink eye. Like I said before, you cannot use essential oils directly in the eye, but you can dot it around the eye bone, so we did that. I've also had a sty on my eye that I used the lavender for, and then my youngest daughter has eczema, and usually for eczema people need lavender, Melrose, and then top it off with rose ointment, depending on the severity of it. But I was able to help her with her eczema just by using the lavender mixed with a little bit of coconut oil. So now we're in summer months, and it's great for sunburned skin to take the burn out and the itch and the swelling. It's also great to put into a bath. So you'll see this on a lot of the slides. Add to a bath with Epsom salt. So we all know that water and oil do not mix. So if you were to drop a few drops of essential oil directly into your bath, they're just going to float on the top. So you need something that is a dispersing agent, and so that's what the Epsom salt is for. So when I'm doing this, I take a cup and fill it up with Epsom salt. I add my drops of essential oil, mix that with hot water, and then pour that into the bath. So there are lots of different oils that you could do that with depending on what you were trying to accomplish with your essential oil. So lavender is the jack of all trades of essential oils, and definitely one that you want to have on hand. So the next oil is lemon. And lemon can also be used aromatically, topically, and as a dietary supplement. And there was research done by a medical doctor that showed that vaporized lemon oil can kill bacteria within 15 minutes. Research has been done in Japan that shows dramatic improvement in mental clarity and accuracy when diffused. Test scores increase by as much as 50%. So it's widely used in skincare to reduce wrinkles, combat acne. It also has antidepressant effects. It's an immune stimulant. And one of the first things that you'll need to know about the lemon oil is that it's actually from the rind of the lemon. So it's cold pressed from the lemon rind. So it takes 3,000 lemons to get 1 kilo of an essential oil. So contrary to popular belief, lemon is actually alkalinizing to your body. It's not acidic. So remember earlier we talked about using glass with essential oils, and so that's very important when you're using citrus oils. But the other thing too that's really neat is that it breaks down the chemicals that are in your body and helps get rid of them. So it's great for just a natural detox, and so I use it every day in my water in the morning. It's also great for congestion. It's great for stuffy ears on a flight. I have one daughter who gets the stuffy ears on a flight, and we just tried lemon the last time we flew, and it cleared that right up. The same trip, my son had got water in his ear in the pool, and normally I would have probably grabbed the rubbing alcohol, but didn't have that, so put a little lemon oil down behind his ear, behind his gland, and a few minutes later he said all the water was draining out of his ear. It's great for congested lymph nodes. You just apply it directly to your lymph nodes. There's a 1-to-1 dilution for lemon oil, so it can be just slightly hot if you don't dilute it a little bit. It's great to purify the air, clean the bathroom, great for colds, and it can also be used to remove sticky substances like gum or grease from counters. So that's lemon oil. All right, next up is peppermint. And just a fun fact about peppermint oil, 1 drop of peppermint oil is the same amount of peppermint that's in 28 cups of peppermint tea. So no one has time to drink that much peppermint tea, but 1 drop of essential oil will do the trick. So peppermint oil is great for anything related to gastro issues. So put a couple drops on your abdomen to relieve any gastrointestinal pains that you might be having. It increases mental clarity. We actually had a stomach virus back in the winter, and I was very sick, and my husband brought over the peppermint oil, and that helped me not pass out, which I was very, very thankful for. Peppermint is also one of the ones that people use for headaches. So you would drop a drop on your thumb and place it to the roof of the mouth, or you could apply it diluted to your temples. Peppermint also drives other oils down deeper into your skin. So if you're in significant pain, there are 2 other oils that we'll discuss in just a minute, but one's called Valor and the other one's called Panaway. So people will layer the oils, so they'll put Valor on first and wait a few minutes, then they'll put Panaway on and wait a few minutes, and then they'll apply peppermint, and the peppermint drives those other 2 oils down deeper into the skin. The other thing to point out is that peppermint is not to be used on children less than 30 months. That's a recommendation from Dr. Scott Johnson. It's also great for alertness and concentration, and it's a natural analgesic. So any type of pain that you're having, peppermint is a great one for that. The next oil that we will discuss is frankincense. So you probably have heard of frankincense since it's well known. It was taken to baby Jesus. There are over 50 biblical references to frankincense. Obviously, there was no CVS or Walgreens back then. So what did they use? They used frankincense. So it's been highly valued for years. And it's anti-tumoral. It's a huge part of the cancer protocol. If someone has cancer, there's several books written on how to treat cancer. I know people personally who've had basal cell carcinoma on their face and went to the dermatologist, and the dermatologist will come back 2 weeks later and will biopsy, will remove it, and they went back, they used frankincense in the meantime, and when they went back, the basal cell was gone. So this is not some random person that I know. These are actual people that I personally know. So science continues to document this oil's immense healing properties. Lots of people will combine it with coconut oil and make a moisturizer, so it's great for your skin, great for wrinkles. It also boosts immunity. I know people who take a drop a day either in their water or in a capsule. It's also great for acne. It's the #1 oil for post-traumatic stress or any type of just anxiety, depression. It's also great for scarring. I have a daughter who fell off her bike and had to have stitches, and so we've used frankincense on her scar. Frankincense is also combined with several different oils in what people call an antibiotic trio or a pain trio. So the pain trio would combine an oil that's called cobaiba, Idaho balsam fir, and then frankincense. And the antibiotic bomb is frankincense, oregano, and thieves. So I think it's very generous of Young Living to include this very valuable oil in the premium starter kit. Okay, the next oil is our first blend that we will discuss tonight, and it's called Thieves. So Thieves is a blend of clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So together they kill lots of germs and also build your immune system. So why the name Thieves? Well, I'm glad you asked. It was created from research based on legends about a group of 15th century thieves who rubbed oils on themselves to avoid contracting the plague while they robbed the bodies of the dead. So when they were caught, the thieves were forced to tell what their secret was, and they disclosed the formula of the herbs and the spices and the oils that they had used to protect themselves in exchange for more lenient punishment. So thus the name Thieves was born. There was a study done in 1997 that demonstrated the germ-killing power of these oils. So after 20 minutes of diffusing thieves, there was a 99.3 kill rate of airborne bacteria. So you can use it on the bottom of your feet during cold and flu seasons. Thieves has a 1 to 4 dilution. It can be just a little hot because of the clove and the lemon and the cinnamon. So what I do is I take an empty bottle that used to have essential oils in it, and I go ahead and dilute. So I'll put, it's 1 to 4, so I'll measure out how many drops of thieves I need to how many drops of grapeseed or olive oil that I need, and then I put a roller ball. So you can buy roller balls from Young Living or from other sources on. So I put that on top, and then I have it right there. I don't have to count out drops of oil or get the oil on my hands. Just have the roller ball, and I roll it on my kids' feet at night to help prevent them from getting sick. So it's great for a sore throat, or if you have strep, you can diffuse it to kill mold. Great for bronchitis, any type of fungus, toenail fungus, foot fungus, that kind of thing. You can also use it to clean. There's also a whole line of Thieves products. So they have toothpaste, mouthwash. There's a Thieves cleaner, which we can discuss. I have a slide about that to discuss later. But it's a blend of these oils that they've made into a cleaner, and you will not find a more cost-effective, natural, chemical-free cleaner out there on the market today. So we love Thieves products. My kids use the Thieves toothpaste. I use the Thieves toothpaste now. So there's a whole, like I said, there's a whole line of products, and I bet if you get the premium starter kit, it will be one of your very, very favorite oils. It smells like Christmas, so who wouldn't want to diffuse it? You can use it all 3 ways. The next oil is called Peace and Calming. And for a lot of people, this is the first oil that really hooks them if they have small children who can't sleep, or if they themselves have trouble sleeping. This is the oil that gets them sold on Young Living oils. So most often it's used to promote sleep, and it also can reduce just stress and anxiety. It's great for children who are overactive. It also helps with teeth grinding. It also helps for children who may just wake up in the middle of the night for no reason. It helps curb that midnight waking. It's also great to put into your bath water for a relaxing bath in preparation for going to sleep at night. So it is a blend of tangerine, orange, ylang ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. The next oil that we will discuss tonight is called Panaway. I always make a joke and say they left out one of the letters. It should be pain away. They left out the I. So this is a very popular blend. It reduces pain and inflammation, it increases circulation, and accelerates healing. It's only aromatic and topical use. It is not to be ingested. It contains wintergreen, helichrysum, clove, and peppermint. And helichrysum is a powerful analgesic. Wintergreen is a strong anti-inflammatory, and then clove is antimicrobial and antiseptic, and then peppermint is a natural analgesic. So there's a pain cream that a lot of people make, and they use Valor, Panaway, and peppermint. And I've seen Panaway work really well on my grandmother for her arthritis. And then just any type of body ache and pain, whether it be from working out or from fatigue or from whatever, it can be very, very helpful in controlling pain. So the next oil is called Valor, and the nickname for this one is called Chiropractor in a Bottle. So some people will apply it to their bottom of their feet to help them maintain a chiropractic adjustment, and it promotes balance. It's great for stress and anxiety, depression. We use it for TMJ on my daughter. I rub it on her jawbone every night. A lot of people use this one for sleep because it's relaxing. It's a combination of spruce, rosewood, blue tansy, frankincense, and it already has a carrier oil of coconut added to it, so there's no dilution required. You can apply this oil neat. You may, if you're familiar with essential oils and all, you may excuse me, have heard people talk about this oil as the snoring oil. So if you apply Valor to the wrist, diffuse it, or apply it to the base of the big toe, that's where the VitaFlex point is for the brain, then it can help you go to sleep or maybe a family member go to sleep without snoring. So this has changed lots of people's relationships because they're actually being able to sleep. So I would like to also note that Valor has been in and out of stock at different times for Young Living. So prior to the year 2013, Young Living every year had a 6% growth, and in 2013 they had a 67% growth. So if you'll remember at the beginning of the presentation, I said that Young Living prepares their fields for 5 years before they even plant any of their seeds. Therefore, when they were preparing for the year 2013, they had no idea that it would be a year of exponential growth. So, from time to time, certain Young Living products are out of stock, which can be frustrating for those of us who love using their products, but at the same time, it should give us confidence in the quality of the oils, because Young Living could very easily add more carrier oil to it and then try to sell it to us as customers, but they don't do that. They are committed to quality. So the next oil is called Stress Away, and Stress Away is a freebie in the kit, and it is aromatic, topical, and dietary, all three. It helps relieve daily stress and tension. And I will tell you that when we first started using the essential oils, I actually did not like the way Stress Away smelled. And I heard a webinar by another girl named Crystal Birchfield, who's an expert in the field on essential oils. And I heard her say that if you really like the way an oil smells, or if you really don't like the way an oil smells, that means that your body actually needs it. And so she said, just use the oil and eventually you will come around to like the way it smells. So I followed her advice and I started using Stress Away daily. I put a roller ball on top of it, does not need to be diluted, and I would just roll it on my wrist or on the back of my neck, and now it's one of my very, very favorite oils. It has cobaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, acacia, and lavender. It smells just like the beach, so if you don't get to go on that beach vacation this year, just apply some Stress Away and pretend like you're there. It's great to add to an Epsom salt bath. It's great for kids and adults alike to calm nerves and anxiousness, and you know, the name, Stress Away. There it is. It tells you exactly what it's good for. Now, there are 2 other oils that come in the kit that I do not have slides for, and I apologize for that. The next oil that we will discuss is called Purification, and it's one of my favorites. It is a blend to be used as aromatically and topically. It contains citronella, lemongrass, rosemary, melaleuca, lavender, and myrtle. So this one is great to clean and neutralize the air. So you could put several drops on a cotton ball and place them in the air vents of your home or a hotel room. You could also put a drop on a cotton ball and stick it down in stinky shoes. I don't know if any of your kids have stinky shoes, but that's one thing we do here. It's also great to put on an insect bite to cleanse it and then stop the itching, and I promise it takes the itching and the red away better than Caladril ever thought about. And you can also make your own bug spray. So I've just recently made my own bug spray using Purification, Thieves, and peppermint oil and witch hazel. You combine that with water and it repels bugs because it has the citronella and the lemongrass in it. So it's also great for the skin, so add a drop and put it on blemishes to clear your skin. You can also put it on the outside of your throat if you have sore throat. It's also great to add to your laundry to purify your laundry. So Purification, the name, is a great indicator of what it's for, but we love this oil in our house and it's one of my favorite smells, so it's great to diffuse as well. The next oil is called Joy, and this oil, actually, when I had bought my starter kit back in July of last year, I did not get Joy. That sounds funny, but Joy was not included in the kit. So I want to give you a little background on the starter kit just to let you know what a great deal it is. So the premium starter kit is $150, and Young Living has combined a bunch of products, and so it's over $300 worth of product for $150. So before July of last year, the starter kit included the everyday essential oils, which we've just discussed, and the samples. And then in July, they added the diffuser, which was $96 value and did not change the price. And then they added the Joy Blend and did not change the price. So I just want you to know what a wonderful value it is. Okay, so Joy is a blend of a lot of different things. Bergamot, ylang ylang, geranium, rosewood, lemon, mandarin, jasmine, Roman chamomile, palmarosa, and rose oil. And rose oil is the most expensive, or one of the most expensive essential oils, because it comes from crushed rose petals. So it's a great to add to your laundry to help freshen up your laundry. It also promotes balance, can help with stress, and can help with relaxation. And this was one of the oils that I didn't love the way it smelled, but again, I heard Crystal Birchfield talk about the fact that it had rose oil in it, which was one of the most expensive oils, and so just to use it. So I started using it on the bottom of my feet every night, and now I actually really love the way it smells. Some people use it in place of a perfume because it has more of a perfume kind of smell. So those are the oils that come in the Everyday Kit, the Premium Starter Kit. Now I want to show you this slide that talks about a sample that comes in the Premium Starter Kit, and it's called Ningxia Red. And as you can see from that slide, Ningxia Red has a whole lot of stuff in it. So 1 ounce of the Ningxia Red has the antioxidant power of 34 onions. You can read the rest of what it says there, but it contains the wolfberry, and it's the Chinese wolfberry. And this is one of my favorite products that Young Living makes, and I got hooked on it by the samples that come in the starter kit. So I want to show you this picture of where the wolfberry is coming from. So this is a picture from the Essential Oil Desk Reference, and it comes from this autonomous region of China, and it's called the Ningxia region. So when you look at the word, it kind of looks like ninja. So I had been saying Ningxia Red, and lo and behold, my husband goes to China. He does works with orphans, doing orphan care, and so he went to China and he texted me a picture one day, and this is the picture that he texted me, and I recognized the word, and I texted him back quickly and said, "Wait, you are where they make the red juice?" And he said, "Yes, I told you I was going to the Ningxia region." Well, Ningxia and ninja sound a whole lot different from each other. So anyway, I did not realize that he was going to that region of China where the wolfberry grows. But on the antioxidant scale, the ORAC scale, a wolfberry is valued at 300, where you hear people talk about blueberries and carrots and that kind of thing having high levels of antioxidants, which they do, but in comparison, a blueberry is a 30 and a wolfberry is a 300. So antioxidants work as free radical scavengers in your body. And so this is one of the best things that you can do for your body is drink the Ningxia Red. So it was exciting to me that my husband was able to go to that province in China. Okay, so you get 2 samples of that in your starter kit, and so put them in the refrigerator and enjoy them. They give you all kinds of energy. If I drink the Ningxia Red an ounce a day, then I don't usually have to lay down in the afternoon and take a nap with my kids. We talked about earlier the Thieves Cleaner. So this slide just talks about it's a whole new way to clean. You can clean everything from glass to hardwood floors to granite countertops to showers to bathrooms, anything and everything. It's got the Thieves Blend, so your whole house will smell very clean, sort of like Christmas, and you are not exposing yourself and your children to all those harsh chemicals. So the final slide tonight just highlights the Premium Starter Kit. Like I said earlier, it comes with 11 oils, the diffuser valued at $96. It comes with sample packs that have 6 drops each, and then you get the 2 packs of the Ningxia Red, and it's $150. So for you to get started with these wonderful essential oils and to purchase your Young Living Premium Starter Kit, please contact the person who invited you to this webinar, and they would be more than happy to tell you how you can purchase your Premium Starter Kit. So thank you for listening in to this webinar, and please contact the person who invited you If you have any questions, we would be happy to answer them. Thanks.